Hey guys, Zanagoth here. So, what's the point of this video? Well, it's gonna be mostly talking, but it'll be talking about, stuff up in the channel. I'm gonna be answering some questions, or frequently asked questions, I guess. And yeah, I'm gonna be clarifying a bunch of stuff that I felt needed a bit of clarification because, well, as the channel's gotten slightly bigger, people have started asking more and more questions, and I felt, some of these things you might as well just lump it together and clarify them all in one shot. The gameplay in the background is Grim Dawn. It's a ARPG made by the creators of Titan Quest, I think, which is in itself also an awesome game. So, without further ado, let's talk about the channel. So first of all, what I want to talk about is the 1 frame, 8 frame raids, whatever the hell you want to call them. You know what I'm talking about. These raids have a bunch of comments that, ask for 8 Frost, 8 Vauban, ask, like, okay, I get it. You don't have to ask for these because they're all gonna happen eventually, alright? For those of you asking for whatever frame next or whatever, alright, let's just make this clear once and for all, alright? The frame rates are happening in alphabetical order, alright? They are happening in alphabetical order. So tomorrow we will be doing Frost Raid, alright? And then after that, I think it's Hydroid, and then Ivara, and then Limbo, and then so on and so forth. The fact that Nidus came out was because people wouldn't shut up about Nidus, and I'm not asking you to spam me with Limbo so that I'll do Limbo. I will do Limbo in the future, don't worry, but let everything take time, alright? We've already told our veterans what's the order so they can format their frames and plan out everything accordingly. So yeah, just tone it down with the 8 things next comments, because they're honestly not really gonna help much. Alright, I hope that's clear now. So yeah, next will be Frost, and then Hydroid, and so on and so forth. To clarify, 8 Atlas was done, but we failed it because Napalms are really fucking OP and would keep killing us, even though Atlas has the second highest armor in the game. Yeah, that was really annoying because Petrify is a horrible CC skill. We severely overestimated how powerful it was, so sometimes it would work and sometimes it was just not work. Like I could just stare at the face of a heavy gunner for 30 seconds and they would not turn to stone. So yeah, it's a really shitty skill, and we overbanked on that skill and we ended up wiping, I guess you could say. We got stuck at stage 2 pads because that was really irritating, but we'll find some time to do it again. The date for that has not been clarified, but we'll find the time for it. Anyway, next issue, which is people asking to join the 8 frame raids. This is a headache. Why do I say it's a headache? Because I don't want to be an asshole. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I have to say that you can't just say you want to join the raid. There's a bunch of reasons why these raids are only open to certain members. And first of all, they have to be from our clan. That's one. And this isn't because of some privileged thing. It's because our clan is mostly Southeast Asian, and one of the problems about raids is that there are no dedicated servers. So if you are a stranger asking to join a raid, you may not be able to have a good connection, or you may disconnect straight away. We don't know, and we don't really take on that many people because our raid sessions are usually full. And we don't really so-called do trial runs for outside people just so they can do one raid, if you understand what I mean. So for those of you who are saying I want to preserve a spot in the next frame raid or whatever the hell, I'm sorry, I just can't bring you on because first of all, we don't know whether you'll be able to connect. Alright? Second of all, we are used to playing with each other. That's why our raids are also efficient, usually 20 minutes or so. And we can't really afford to bring someone because, especially if we don't know or we haven't worked with them enough. This is a general rule in raiding, to be honest. Any game raiding, usually you will do much better with people you know. So yeah, for those people asking, I want to do the next raid, next this, next that, or if you're going to do Ivara or whatever the hell, PM me and I'll join. Yeah, you're not getting in. I'm sorry, alright? Let's just make that clear. Sometimes we have 7 people, and I understand if you feel that, hey, I could have filled that spot. And to clarify, it's because for most of these raids, there's 7 because someone disconnects or someone can't make it. We usually have a nice pool of veterans who are able to do these raids, so it's usually chock full. So, you know, if there's 7, it's usually because either the veterans don't have that frame, like in the case of Chroma, where one of the veterans at the time sold his Chroma as a wee tenor lad, and yeah, we didn't have another player. But that other than that, ever since then, it's always been full. And if it's ever dropped to 7, it's because someone disconnected. And yeah. Alright, next issue. And that is people asking for builds on some of the raid videos. I understand, you know, you want to figure out how we did it. So, because I'm kind of lazy to show the builds, and, you know, these things, you can figure them out easily. I'm just going to list them according to the ones that didn't have a build attached to it. Inaros raid, Ash raid, I think you guys saw the build. Inaros raid was max range and survivability mods for maximum blind. Banshee was a RQ build with a quick thinking slotted in somewhere. Chroma was your typical Vex armor Chroma ice. You can go search that up. Most of these are pretty meta builds, so don't worry about it. Ember was a fire quake world on fire build just to knock enemies down. Equinox was, personally, I use Peaceful Provocation, but other players in that session were using either Sleep or another Peaceful Provocation. Nidus was some strength, max range, and survivability mods, yeah, and Excalibur you already know. For Frost, and I think subsequent raids, I'll try to show the build, so you guys don't have to ask me that question anymore. So, next issue, music choices or artistic direction. I kind of want to clarify my stance on this because some people have, you know, been saying, you know, oh, the song wasn't what I expected, or, you know, this wasn't what I had in mind. And I kind of want to clarify because I think with the Nidus raid, people were not expecting me to use Tchaikovsky's Waltz of the Flowers because it's a very joyous theme, it's a very light theme, and nobody expects that because Nidus, yeah, like these people said, you know, it's a horrible team. He's a horrible frame in the sense that, you know, he's infested, he's a horror, you know, he sucks enemies in, he's like an eldritch creature, and I understand, you know, it was not something you expect. But at the same time, that was exactly what I was going for. That was what I was going for in the sense that, you know, Nidus, you would expect him to have a horror theme, but for you to use Waltz of the Flowers and then realize why Waltz of the Flowers was used, like because like he's a gardener and then, you know, he makes this garden of horror where there's like wacky tube men flailing around. And that's a fun side of Nidus, and I kind of wanted to play into that kind of joke. And for those people who, you know, who are mad about this, I don't know whether you're mad, but if you are, I'm sorry, because here's how the raids are made. For those of you who are curious, alright? A raid video is made first by doing the raid. I may or may not know the music beforehand, but basically, once I get down to editing, I have to commit. And by commit, I mean I have to pick a song. And when I pick a song, I will always theme it around something. So to clarify, for example, Banshee, Banshee was dubstep, but at the same time I wanted to play into the joke that, she was like the ultimate life form, because that's the theme. That's the theme. Avalon's theme, Kaz's theme from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That she's really powerful, but nobody expects it. And that she ascended to another level. That was the joke. That's why I use Avalon. Inaros, walk like an Egyptian. I think you can figure that out for yourself. Chroma, Dovahkiin, that was a bit of a lazy choice, but, it themed really well. So, Ember, I don't want to set the world on fire as a joke at the start. And then after that, Igor Stravinsky's Firebird, classical music fits pretty well. Equinox, Go to Fuck to Sleep, I think that fit pretty well, even though the song itself got copyrighted. Sad face. But yeah, it fits. Everything is made with an intention and rules of nature. Some people didn't like it either, but because it was too edgy and it broke from the classical or joyous music pattern. But that's what these videos are. Each of them is themed after something. And they are not always going to be exactly what you expect them to be. And I think that, I don't know, whether or not you agree with it is one thing, but I personally feel that in making a video like this, you have to keep your audience on their toes at times. And, it's better that you don't expect what's coming next, because then you can be pleasantly surprised. Or you can, get a different interpretation of what you were expecting. And I think that's part of the fun of making videos, because what you make, it may be something completely, unexpected from your audience. And I think there is an element of fun in that. So yeah, I hope you guys understand. Like, once again, if you don't understand why Ash was Ninth Symphony, it's not just because Ninth Symphony sounds epic, alright? Ash was Ninth Symphony because if you look into the lyrics, it's The Child of Elysium, and it was sort of a tribute to Ash before he got nerfed. I'm going to say it right now, I think he was nerfed, alright? So, yeah. Sue me, fight me. But yeah, you get the idea. Alright, next issue. Let's clear these quickly. Friend requests to me and to the people mentioned in the raids. This is also something pretty urgent and pretty important that I want to raise before it becomes like a huge problem. So basically, I have been receiving a few random friend requests, and I think so far they've all been pretty nice people, or rather, they just want to be friends, and that's okay, because Warframes you can accept friends. Steam, same thing, you can accept friends. I think that's, it's fun. But what I want to clarify is, because I've been getting some feedback from some of the other veterans in the raid, particularly I think Elof, who was the Excalibur Prime, that he was getting like random friend requests, and in some cases I think people were just randomly inviting him to games, and just please don't do that. It's rude. Like, nobody likes a random invite to a game. If you want to be friends with someone, I don't know, send him a friend. Sure. Whether they accept is another thing. And that, I think someone else was telling me that they got a friend request, they rejected it, and then that person just kept sending them friend requests until they had to ignore that guy. Like, just don't do that. It's impolite. If the person doesn't want to be your friend, just don't. Alright? Let's just leave it at that. So, I hope you guys can, like, I hope I can clear this up. This is not about, like, being unfriendly. I don't want to be friends with people, but if someone doesn't want to be your friend, just cut it, Just respect their privacy. Don't be an asshole about it. Yeah, same thing goes for me. If you want to send me friend request in Warframe, you want to try playing with me, fine, yeah, sure, great. I welcome that, but don't, send me invites to a game that I don't want to play, if you want to be friends and play together, sure, you know, just hit me up. But you have to know how to do it. You know, there must be some sort of emotional quotient when you're doing it. Okay, this one's gonna be really stupid, but I want to clarify it so you guys stop asking me about it. Shade Prime, alright? For people who don't understand what the stupid Shade Prime thing is, it's basically one of the raids, I forgot which one it was. Someone brought a Hurus Kubro, the one that can cloak you, called Shade Prime. The joke is that because Hurus Kubro does such a good job at cloaking compared to Shade, because Shade's, you know, cloak mechanic is unreliable as fuck and sometimes turns on and off when you don't want or need it. That's why Hurus is so much better, because it just cloaks you and just keeps it that way. Alright, that's the joke. It was a Hurus Kubro called Shade Prime. So stop asking. Another frequently asked question for the raid videos: how do you push the hijack cart in stage 2 with no shields? Talking about Inaros and Nidus. Well, it's designed in that way in Warframe, where frames who innately don't have shields push with their health. So yeah, today you learned, alright? Next. I think that about does it for the raid video side, so let's move on to other parts of the channel. So, what's another problem, I guess? There is the problem of people asking me, you know, in the corruption stacking patched video, why I didn't share it with anyone. And my answer was honestly, I was too busy recording and having fun with that bug to make a video about it. Yeah, that's all there was to it. Like, I wasn't like maliciously withholding information. It's just, you know, I mean, yeah, when people make videos and stuff, they get patched out faster than usual, but that wasn't the main reason why I didn't. It was just I was recording as much, you know, footage as I could of that bug because I was having so much fun with it that I didn't really have time to sit down and make a montage of it. Alright, so that's your question answered. Next issue is people talking shit on the Rip Mag video. Alright, so to clarify things, I know I wasn't entirely fair to Mag in that video. You know, that video that talked about Rip Mag when, you know, she got her rework. And I know that it didn't really do Magnetized justice, alright? But at the same time, I think Mag is still in a very, very bad spot. Like, her rework was completely half-assed. And I might make a video explaining in detail why she's still in a really bad spot. And there's honestly a lot of stuff that could be done to improve her gameplay. I think I might do one for Ash as well, but right now, yeah, I'm pretty caught up in university life, so I don't know when I'll be able to make videos. And that's the same reason why I, you know, don't have a consistent upload schedule, because yeah, I have other commitments, so I don't know when I'll be able to make a video, and I hope you guys understand. Okay, next one is people asking about Fashionframe. Some people are interested in the color schemes I use. This one's a bit weird because I do want to tell you, but yeah, these are a bit weird, so I don't know. Consider this like a straw poll question, I guess. If you guys really want to see, if you guys really want to see a, you know, Fashionframe video, just, you know, let me know. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but if you guys really want one, I guess I can figure out a way to explain certain concepts of fashion framing. I mean, you know, fashion frame is like, yeah, there's no hard and fast rules, but at the same time, there are certain guidelines that could help you improve your fashion frame. So yeah, you know, let me know, alright? And that brings me to my next point, which is I'm considering, because of all these questions, to just start a series of videos, which is just, I don't know, ask me stuff. Yeah, Like every YouTuber does this. Just ask me stuff and I'll answer them. I can choose not to answer some of them, but I'll try to answer those that I can answer or feel comfortable answering. So yeah, you know, consider this to be sort of a, I guess, feedback, or kind of like, you know, Q&A series, where you guys just leave stuff in the comments, like stuff you want to know about me. I mean, obviously I'm not going to tell you about my personal information because I like to keep my online and private lives somewhat separate. But yeah, you know, yeah, so I think that's about it, really. If there's certain contents you guys really want me to make, just leave it in the comments and, I don't know, upvote it, like it, I guess, like bring it to my attention. I'm also considering, to a certain extent, to start streaming again. I know I haven't streamed in like forever, and like it was like for a week, but that's because I'm not partnered with Twitch, and I think the video quality is like really, really horrible, and I haven't really like figured out how to do it. But if I could, I would. I don't know whether I'll be streaming during the school term because honestly, yeah, I'm bogged down with a lot of shit. But I am interested in getting my hand back into it. I don't know what I'll stream. I don't know. I'm a pretty big fan of ARPGs, but when I try to stream something like, I don't know, Watch Dogs 2 or games like that, you know, high end, I can't stream high end games because my CPU is like i5. It's like really old, even though I have a GTX 970. So yeah, my streaming capability is rather limited. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot. The other video series like Fallout and Witcher, I know like for people who subscribe to watch those things, they've like not been getting that content ever, and I kind of want to say I don't think I'll be making that kind of video anymore. Like, if you guys really, really want me to make Let's Plays, even if I started making them again, it will probably be highlights. Like, I wouldn't make a 45-minute video of me just playing a game. I don't think I'll be making that video, but who knows? You know, let me know. That's the thing about being a YouTuber. You don't know what you don't know. You need people to give you feedback, and I hope this will be the start of something where, you know, you guys can let me know what you want, and hopefully I can give it to you in some capacity. For the game I'm streaming, I don't know, but I've been thinking about streaming Grim Dawn because, yeah, it's a pretty fun game. Or Titan Quest because they recently released the anniversary edition, which is basically they reworked everything. I think I forgot what's the name. Runic, was it Runic Entertainment that bought the rights from THQ? They recently reworked a bunch of shit, reintroduced multiplayer servers and shit. Pretty good stuff all around. So I don't know. So yeah, or Kingdoms of Amalur. That was a pretty fun game back in the day. I don't know whether I want to go back into the rabbit hole because it's a pretty, you know, deep game. I mean, it wasn't that deep in the sense that the gameplay was like super complicated or anything, but it's a pretty far-reaching game. And honestly, if you read up on some of the history of it, it's pretty sad. You know, like, yeah, it was made by some baseball guy who spent all his championship money on it, and it bombed pretty hard, even though it was a pretty good game. So yeah, you know, I don't know. Once again, let me know. I don't know what I don't know. And last of all, I guess I am kind of, I'm not like super hardcore looking, but I am looking for people to maybe collaborate with, you know, people to do videos with. So if you're into like Warframe or like games in general, hit me up, you know, because I don't really have a social life. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have friends really in real life. So yeah, just hit me up and we'll figure out something. You know, if that's a game you want to play and you think I might like it, you know, because there's a lot of games I play that I don't tell anyone. So if you think that I might be playing that game and you want to play it with me, just let me know, you know, and we can figure something out. So yeah, I think that's about it. I've covered everything I wanted to say. So yeah, once again, to recap, leave your stuff, leave your requests, your feedback, your questions for me in the next I don't know, Zanagoth answers questions videos or something in the comments below, and I'll see about it. So until then, we'll be doing Frost tomorrow. I think it'll be successful, and yeah, I don't know when I'll finish editing the video, because usually editing the video takes a variable amount of time, but yeah, that's all there is, and I hope you guys have a better understanding of how this channel works. Things that are a bit annoying and you should probably not do, and things that I'm encouraging you to do, which is, ask me stuff, or, if you want to clarify stuff, or, get things out of the way, this is the platform to do it, just the comment section. If you're not comfortable with it on a public platform, you can also drop me an inbox message, private message. For some reason I don't get notifications for that, so I may not notice immediately, but I'll get back to you as soon as possible on those as well. So yeah, I think that's really everything for now, so thanks for watching, and yeah, I bid you good day.